Tomorrow's chapter may come a little later into the day, gonna be somewhere else that morning. Also, the next aftermath is taking place after this pair of chapters, so send in more questions to the newly eliminated guests, Noah, Trent, Jeff, Leshana, Justin, and whoever is eliminated this time. By the way, there will only be a total of 3 aftermaths in this story, just to let all of you know. Also, by the way, I never blocked anonymous reviewers. Last time on Total Drama Luxury Tour, the Congo Jungle, here our contestants went on a safari, taking pictures and disturbing local wildlife. It was here where Justin's insecurity caused him to take advantage of the moment where gorillas saw him as their god. Izzy, bringing the worst out of him, makes the model alienate his entire team. After losing the challenge, gets sent home for it. Who is next on the chopping block? Find out here on Total Drama Luxury Tour. Cut to the rabid skippers. The skippers, now a group of 4, sit nervously next to each other. So, who wants to be our new team captain? Tyler asked his team. Cadet Izzy does not want to. The psychopath responded. No way, I want to be leader either, Sadie added. Our team leaders have a reputation of being dethroned and eliminated, Silas stated. Cut to the killer captains. Cody sits in his room and ponders how to deal with all of this new tension. Cody sighed. For some reason, I got coerced into being the team leader, but honestly, I have no idea how to keep everyone together, with Sierra, Heather and Courtney after each other's throats. Without warning, Heather barges into his room. All right, Terp, why did you choose to usurp my command? The Queen Bee angrily inquired. I didn't mean to. Bridget pushed me into becoming the leader, and I thought you were okay with it, the geek defended. Well, now I expect you to make it up to me, Heather informed. I demand your fullest and most devoted allegiance to our alliance. What do you mean? I mean that any and all interactions with other team members must be permitted and supervised by me. Got it? Got it. Heather spoke in a more stern voice. Yes, The ships make port at their next destination. Hello there, shipmates, Chris and staff greeted. Welcome to Barcelona, Spain. For today's challenge, we will be running bulls to the Barcelona bullfighting arena to be fought and slain by you, the contestants. That's horrible. Bridget angrily expressed her disdain. Bullfighting is horrible and cruel to bulls and horses. I agree, DJ shared the same opinion. There's no way I would intentionally hurt an animal, especially for entertainment. Chris explains, well, we figured some may take exception to the Spanish sport, so we decided to replace the cattle with mechanical bulls. But with modern technology, we have programmed our mechanical bulls to target, track, and trample anything that shows up as red in their sensors. For part 1 of the challenge, you will run the bulls down the gated trail down the arena. First person to make it there wins the first part of the challenge. One more thing, all of you need to wear a certain accessory to keep the bulls on your trail. The host throws each person a red handkerchief to wear during the bull run. Bridget sighed. As long as we're not hurting any real bulls, DJ crossed his arms. It still feels wrong. The teams are ushered to the starting line, but Chris halts the rabid skippers. Hold on there, skippers. With Justin gone, your team needs a new captain. Why do we need a captain? Tyler asked the host. Every ship needs a captain. Now who is stepping up to the plate? The entire team takes a step backwards except for Sadie. Sadie, guess like, you're the 5th skipper captain. Wait, what? Sadie said with shock. The teams geared up in front of the gates while Chef prepared the mechanical bulls. Cut to the screaming admirals. Those bulls look meaner than the real ones, DJ nervously said. Well, is it the large steel outer body, the beet red eyes, and the fact that they have drills for horns and monster truck wheels? Gwen asked sarcastically. Just one of us has to make it to the arena first. We can do this. The punk informs his team. Cut to the rabid skippers. What are our orders, Captain? Lindsay asked Sadie. I don't know, Katie's other half nervously answered. Cadet Izzy suggests we just run and avoid being mechanical bull pancakes. The psychopath informed the obvious. I never led anything before, Sadie cried. Cut to the killer captain. Orders Captain Cody, Sierra asked giddily to the team's new leader. Cody slammed his fist into his open palm. Okay, I have some experience from my time in the Caribbean. I can do this. Okay, this is what's going to happen, Cody instructs. Bridget and Katie, hop over the gate, you two are stepping out. What? Katie asked in disbelief. But why? Bridget asked. Chris told us that only one of us has to make it to the arena first to win. Heather, Courtney and Sierra are the most athletic, and I am running because I am obligated as captain. I guess that makes sense. Bridget said, trust me, no rule stated that would prevent any of you from being able to compete next round, and you won't risk a possible injury this way either. The geek assured. Okay, good luck. Bridget was more confident of his plan. Courtney looked off to the side. I could have thought of that. All right teams, Chris announced. On your mark, get set, go. The mechanical bulls are released, and the contestants run the track for dear life. Tyler, Heather and Gwen shared the lead, with Sierra, Duncan, DJ, Courtney and Izzy shortly behind them, and Cody, Lindsay and Sadie falling behind. Let's just say I had a tad bit more motivation than everyone else. The athlete points at his red tracksuit. This race is mine, Heather, Gwen taunted. That's old Heather to you, new Heather, the queen bee shot back. Gwen grimaced. She did not just go there. Pick it up, pipsqueak. Courtney barked at Cody as he struggled to keep up with the rest of the pack. I am trying. The geek said, panting. The steel beasts charge right at the group. Sadie is just inches away from one of the beasts, and its horns poke her in the hiney. Ouch. Katie's BFF yelped in pain as she tries to run faster. Sadly, it is to no avail as she trips on her own 2 feet, and the robotic beasts trample over her. Are we in Paris? Sadie said in her dazed pain afterwards. He got a lot of stamina, don't you, princess? Duncan mocked his former flame. Courtney didn't even glance at him. Instead, the CIT tripped the delinquent and he tumbles and gets trampled by the bulls. Ouch, he groaned after the mechanical cattle ran over him. Bridget sighed. Okay, I do not regret Cody's call of having me and Katie sit this round out. The group continues to run the track while fleeing from the mechanical bulls. Let's kick things up a notch, Chris happily says as he flips a switch on his remote control. This caused the mechanical bulls to pick up speed and immediately trampling over Lindsay and Cody. Ugh, did anyone get the license plate number on that car? Cody said while dazed. What's a car? Lindsay dazedly added. GD, Sierra, Courtney and Izzy try to pick up speed in a panic. Up ahead of them, Tyler was swiftly leading the pack. This is for Lindsay. To the extreme, the jock shouted as he continues. Meanwhile, Heather and Gwen are neck and neck for second place. The goth and queen bee elbow each other trying to outdo the other. Oh, Heather shouted when Gwen hit her in the face. Take that, pit breath. The goth slurred. Turnabouts, fair play, the queen bee says as she applies more force in elbowing the goth. That's it. Gwen forgets about the race and tackles Heather. The two begin to brawl on the track as the others run past them. As the duo continued their squabble, they finally notice the bulls just before they trample over the two. Ha ha ha, I'm sure that face trampling was an improvement to you both, Courtney mocked. Those two have been in this game for far too long, Heather muttered. Come on, Sierra and Courtney, all on you two. Cody rooted for the remaining captains from the side of the track. I don't need your approval. The sit shot at the geek. Don't worry, Codykins, this one's for you, Sierra said as she immediately ran past Courtney, GD and Izzy. The stalker Fangirl catches up to Tyler. What the? How did you catch up to me? The jock asked Sierra. Adrenaline. Chris flips yet another switch, kicking it to turbo. The mechanical bulls pick up even more speed. They're gaining on us, GD dreadfully said. Cadet Izzy says hurry, Izzy tells them, as if on cue. The speeding cattle trains ploughed over GD, Izzy, and Courtney. It looks like it's down to Sierra and Tyler, the sadistic host announced. They're almost to the arena, Bridget pointed out. Come on, Tyler, Lindsay rooted after recovering from the trample. The stalker and the jock are neck and neck with the finish line dead ahead. I'm gonna regret saying this, but, Sierra, if you win, I will leave my cabin door unlocked from now on. That was all she needed to hear for her adrenaline to kick in at full force. Sierra dashed past the jock and crossed the finish line into the bullfighting arena. She followed by Tyler, jump over the protective barrier as the mechanical bulls disperse around the arena. Winners, the killer captains, Chris announced. The captains cheer as Sierra rushes to Cody's side. The geek recoiled as the Fangirl was about to squeeze the scrawny kid. This time, however, the stalker showed restraint and only softly embraced him. Bridget and Heather subtly expressed disdain over it. Ahem, the queen bee cut in. The geek recalled the talk he had with Heather earlier. Permission to praise Sierra. Denied, now let's go. The queen bee pulled him away from the stalker to Chris, who was beginning the second part of the challenge. So Chris, what do we win for our advantage? The queen bee then inquired. Chris turns to Chef. Chef, tell them what they won. Chef pulls out his cue cards and says, Ahem, nothing. What? The captains said in unison. I don't recall ever saying there was an advantage for the first part of the challenge. I just wanted to see you all get trampled, the host happily stated. Great. Cody could only say, knowing what he sacrificed for his team to win. Okay shipmates, for the second part of the challenge, each team must select one person to be the matador, picoda and banderillo. Chris informed. The matador's job is to wield a sword and a red drape and distract and eventually slay the bull. The picoda will ride atop a mechanical horse using a lance to distract the bull with and point out and exploit its weakness. And the banderillo will implant pointed banners into the beast while it's distracted by the matador. The team that slays the most bulls wins. Chris instructed. Cut to the killer captains. So, who are we sending in? Cody asked his team. You're the leader. You should know this. Courtney shot back. If you want Cody, we can throw this challenge and vote her off. Heather offered despite her hesitance on losing a challenge again. Let's not resort to that. The geek told his team. I'll be our matador. Katie can be the picoda. And Bridget, if she can stomach abusing a robotic replica, can be the banderillo. I'll manage, the surfer girl tells her team. Cut to the screaming admirals. I'll be matador, Gwen is the picoda, and DJ, you'll be the banderillo. But I can't hurt an animal. It's not a real bull, Gwen reminded the gentle giant. But still, suck it up, Duncan commanded. Cut to the rabid skippers. Orders Sally. Lindsay asked. I don't know it. I guess since their team captains are the matadors, I'll be one too. Sadie hesitantly said. Then Izzy will be the picoda, and Tyler is the banderillo. Fine by me, Tyler said approvingly. Cadet Izzy is on it, the psychopath added. Chris turns to the camera. Will our bullfighters prevail, or will the rodeo clowns face a gore off the plank of shame? Find out here on Total Drama Luxury Tour. And we're back. We join our bullfighters as they ran with the mechanical bulls to the arena. Thanks to Cody's word of inspiration, Sierra managed to win the race for the killer captains. Unfortunately for the Codemeister, muttering himself for the good of the group proved to be for naught. Will they manage to pull off a win in the second part of the challenge? Find out here on Total Drama Luxury Tour. The matadors for each team step into the center of the arena. Cody, Duncan and Tyler all receive their red drape and sword to wield against the mechanical bulls. Duncan sighed, so glad we didn't have to wear those dorky matador uniforms. For stage 1, otherwise known as Terry di Varus, you 3 matadors will be warming up the bulls, keeping them nice and ready for the first 3 minutes of the show. Followed then, the picards will ride in and use their lances to weaken the massive beasts. Without further ado, let's bring out the bulls, Chris informed the 3. Here they come, the massive remote-controlled cattle stampeders toward the matadors, attracted to the red drapes with their color-coordinated sensors. 3 bulls run towards Sadie, and the girl in a panic jumps out of their way. Come on, Sadie, you have to focus, Tyler hollered to the new skipper captain. 1 bull turned to Cody and immediately charged at him. The geek readied his red drape and the bull ran through it. Another pair of bulls circled Duncan. Come get some, cows, Duncan taunted the machines. 1 charges at him, but the punk dodges, another does the same, and the delinquent rolled out of its way. The final bull made one last rush and Duncan pointed his sword through the red drape and the bull ran right through it. Unfortunately for Duncan, the sword was ineffective at stopping the machine as it crashes through the drape and threw back the punk and the sword. You didn't think it would be that easy, did you, Duncan? The host taunted. Bite me, McLean. Cody concentrates on the 1 bull coming his way and manages to keep him distracted with his red drape. Out of nowhere, another bull knocks him over from behind, sending the geek rolling. Cody struggles to get up as the intruding bull continues its pursuit. The geek manages to hop aboard the machine as it tried goring him. The mechanical bull then tries to throw the scrawny kid off of it, but Cody kept his grip. As the beast thrashes about, the geek tries to stab into it, but the machine manages to throw him off. Yay-haw, now that's bullfighting, Chris cheered. Sadie only runs scared from the oncoming bulls. I guess it's time for the next part. Picards, you're all up, Chris informed. Gwen, Katie, and Izzy hop on mechanical horses and ride into the arena. The goth rides to the aid of the punk who was circled by 3 angry metal bulls. They were then attracted to the mount and proceeded to charge after it. Gwen readied her lance as the bulls gored the armored horse. The steed resisted the force, allowing the goth to strike the tender areas of the bulls. Katie rides to Cody's aid and fends off 2 bulls attacking the geek with her lance. However, one bull gained leverage by hopping on top of another and then leapt towards Katie on her mount. She gets thrown off the horse, and the bulls circle her. Cody stepped in and waved the red drape at them to divert their attention from Sadie's theft. "Hurry and get back on Katie," the geek hollered to her. Izzy galloped to Sadie's side. "Bad bullies, get back." Izzy hissed at the metal beasts while protecting her team captain. Izzy rode her metal steed away, and the bulls gave chase after the psychopath. She points her lance and pokes at the bulls when they get too close while maintaining a safe distance from them. Chris announces, "Let's stage to begin. Tercio de banderillas. Get in there, banderillas. Plant your flags into the distracted bulls for further weakening." GD, Bridget and Tyler hop into the arena wielding banners with a sharpened point at the bottom. "Remember, Bridget," the surfer girl tells herself, "they are fake, they are not real bulls." Bridget runs to Cody and Katie's side. The bulls, that are distracted by the horse or the red drape, implanted the banners into their side. "Good job, Bridge," Cody praised when the surfer girl finished. "All right, they should almost be done. Come and get me." The weakened machines turn to the geek who'll begin chasing him once more. "Hurry up, DJ," Gwen told him impatiently. I can't hurt them," DJ sadly told the 2. "They are not real," the delinquent yelled back at him. Okay," DJ hesitantly said as he approached one of the bulls trying to lift up the metal horse. The Jamaican giant pierced one of the bulls with his banner. Sparks shoot out of it and scares him. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Bull. Quit whining and help us take this thing down." The goth scolded, "It's Tyler time." The jock introduces himself as he jumps on top of one of the beasts and tries to implant one of his banners into the machine. Unfortunately, the beast was ready for him and throws the jock across the arena. The beasts pursuing the skippers in the arena turn towards Tyler. Attracted by his red jogging suit, "Oh," he could only say. The bulls immediately rushed at the jock and gored the banderilla out of the arena entirely. On that note, let's move on to stage 3, Tercio de Merit. Everyone safe for the matadors. Leave the arena now. It's time to finish things. Cody, Duncan, and a hesitant Sadie pull out their swords and drapes and prepare to finish off their weakened metallic adversaries. The bulls stumble as they wane towards the matadors. In unison, the bulls dived at the 3 and thrust their horns. Duncan runs to one side, Cody to the other. Sadie, however, only backed away from the oncoming stampede. The 2 male matadors ready their swords and thrust them into 2 of the bulls. The 2 mechanized beasts collapsed and shut down. A kill for the captains, and a kill for the admirals, Chris announced. There were still 5 more bulls left who now chased after a fleeing Sadie. Katie's theft strips on her feet again, as the Mecha cattle dashed towards her. Out of fear, she closes her eyes and pointed her sword outward. After the bulls pass her, she reopened her eyes to see her sword impaling one of the bulls, a kill for the skippers. The host added, the remaining 4 beasts begin to recover a bit and pick up speed. They dashed at the geek and the punk once more. The vicious machines thrust their horns and knock the geek back. Duncan, however, grabs a hold on them and hops aboard one of the bulls. This redefines taking the bull by the horns, the punk nervously said as the beast tries to shake him off of it. Duncan prepares his sword and plunges it into the machine's neck hole. The metal bull falls to his destructive demise. Another bull slaying for the admirals, Chris announced. With 3 bulls remaining, they changed directions and charged Sadie again. Katie's other half panicked and ran once more, this time dropping her sword. Cody seized this opportunity and grabbed Sadie's sword. As the trio of bulls charged toward his direction, the geek ran between 2 and impaled them with both swords. A double kill for the captains, the host announced. Come on, Cody, just 1 more bull and we win. Sierra cheered. The punk runs to the final bull. The beast turns to Duncan and prepares to gore. The delinquent motions the bull to come get some. The machine rushes at him and Duncan prepares his red drape. Duncan once again pointed his sword through the red drape and the bull ran right through it. This time, it successfully ran through the weakened beast, destroying it. Another bull slaying for the admirals, Chris announced. Looks like the admirals and captains tie for first. We doing a tiebreaker this time? Cody asked. Indeed so. Send in El Diablo Gigante. The arena shook as the colossal metal titan is brought in. This steel beast was the size of 2 monster trucks combined. El Dios Mio, Cody and Duncan say in unison. How are they gonna slay that thing? Heather asked. It's their fault for having to complicate things by tying, Chris responded with a grin. So at the risk of your captains getting crushed, we are settling things now. To win this challenge, our leading matadors must scale the enormous titan and deactivate it with the kill switch atop its head. Cody and Duncan glare competitively at each other, and then at El Diablo Gigante. You might want to lose the drapes. Guys, the sadistic host advised, not gonna help you. Well, begin. The metallic behemoth charges at the two with thundering momentum. The punk and the geek split from the machine and try to jump up on its leg when opportunity presented itself. But the machine shook rampantly when human contact was made to it. I recall these shows being more biased towards humans, Duncan said while frustrated. The two jumps back as the colossal machine spun around, stomping around their areas. Fortunately, the geek latches on at the last second and tries to keep his hold as the leg continues to stomp. Cody struggles to climb up the quaking metal limb up to the body. Nah, nice cow, the geek said nervously. Duncan pulled out his switchblade, and with it, he jabbed a hold onto one of the other legs and proceeded to climb up the bull titan as well. The pair races up to the top of El Diablo Gigante. The metallic titan tremors to remove its unwanted passengers, but fortunately the two maintain their hold. The geek is the first to reach the top part of the contraption. Okay, where is that switch? Cody asks himself. The Gap-toothed Geek turns to see the switch just behind the back of the behemoth's neck. Suddenly, he felt a grip on his ankle. Cody turned to see Duncan grinning up at him. Sorry, Terp, but this one's mine, Duncan said as he then pulled the geek off the machine, and Cody is thrown to the ground of the arena. Wasting no time, the delinquent ran to the kill switch and activated it. El Diablo Gigante immediately shuts down. Winner Duncan, of the Screaming Admirals, Chris announces. Tough break, Dorcas. Duncan jeered at Cody. After the geek recovers from falling off the machine, the delinquent goes to cheer with his team. Cody groaned while still in pain. Ugh, why can't Gwen see what a jerk he is? Cut to the killer captains. Great job, Duncan, DJ praised. Yeah, you did good. Is Cody all right? What happened? Gwen asked concernedly. What can I say? The kid tripped. The punk smugly fibbed. Well, as long as he's all right, Gwen said, buying it. Chris walks up to them and turns to Chef. Chef, tell them what they've won. Chef pulls out his cue cards. Ahem, they win a dartboard. Play yourselves a competitive game of darts to pass the time. Are you serious? Duncan asked angrily. First a pool table, and now this. You are giving our team crappy rewards on purpose, aren't you? Like I said, hee, random reward each time, Chris nervously answered. Cut to the killer captains. You blew it. Courtney scolded the geeky team captain. I knew you didn't have what it takes to lead us. You are such a loser. That's it. Sierra had enough. I'm sick of you picking on my Cody. Shut up. Why even defend someone who doesn't even like you? The CIT shot back. You shouldn't be talking about not being liked. Heather intervened as joined Sierra against Courtney. Girls, calm down. Cody tried his best to keep order. What do you know about being liked? Courtney said to Queen Bee, ignoring the geek. I see more people on her corner than you. Katie joined in the anti-Courtney bandwagon. Seeing all the hatred following her way, Courtney turned to her oldest friend, Bridget. You got my back, don't you? Bridget gave a deep breath. Courtney, you were one of the very first friends I made since back on the island. But since then you became the biggest, most demeaning and antisocial person anyone could ever have the calamity of running into, and heaven forbid whatever counseling you are being trained into doesn't involve children. There is absolutely no redeemable quality to you, and what happened in Season 3 would be much more sympathizing if anyone other than yourself was in said position. You are just a mortifyingly horrible bitch. Everyone was just speechless to see the otherwise nicest girl on the show unload on her former friend. Bitch, fine, you think you knew someone, the CIT smugly said before stomping off. Good riddance, the Queen Bee only scoffed. While everyone shrugs her off, Cody continues to watch Courtney walk away. At first she maintains her confident strut, but eventually she picked up speed and started running back to the ship while covering her face. Cut to the rabid skippers. Chris approaches the losing team. Skippers, you, me, your ship. Sardine ceremony right now. Cut to the Screaming Admirals. Duncan returned to his own cabin to rest up, now being able to speak to Gwen alone. DJ approaches the goth. Hey Gwen. The Jamaican giant greeted friendly. Oh, hi DJ. Glad we won again, the goth asked. Yeah, I am. I just wanted to talk about. Well, doesn't it just seem a little odd that Cody fell off the big bull just as Duncan got on top of it with him? Oh come on, DJ, Duncan wouldn't do that. I'm just saying that maybe. that Duncan is a jerk and wrong for me. No, because that is the exact same crap Leshonna told me. Gwen snapped at him. Nah, never mind. I must have been seeing things. DJ caved. Cut to the killer captains. Everyone was exhausted from dealing with the bulls, so they all retired to their cabins. Cody knew exactly what he would hear when he walked past Courtney's cabin. He rests his ear against the door to hear the silent weeping of the CIT. The geek had no idea how to get her out of this rut this time. As team leader, I need to do something to help Courtney. She is just like Heather, only one chapter behind, Cody decided. Cut to the rabid skippers. Skippers, welcome back to the sardine ceremony. The host greeted the losing team. Tyler, you being the human football, you got punted off the field. Not good, Sadie. Not the best leadership, let alone lagging behind on the bull run. Let's see who's going home tonight. The people receiving their sardines are Lindsay, Izzy, and Liz. Tyler, Sadie gave a sad frown and received her life eject. Bye Sadie, Lindsay waved goodbye while remembering Sadie's name this time. Katie's BFF then leapt off the plank of shame. Chris turns to the camera, another skipper leader biting the dust. Who will dare pick up their torch next? Will the skippers escape their rut? Find out here on Total Drama Luxury Tour. Still need more questions for our Aftermath Q&A segment for the eliminated guests. Keep sending them in. And J-Star, sorry buddy, but I need them here and in character for this type of story.
Sanity